And it's full time at Old Trafford. Manchester United won. Arsenal won. Arsenal dropped points in their game in hand in a game where, to be fair, even how bad they've been in recent weeks, you'd have expected them to go to Old Trafford today and win. They thought we would have got a bit of confidence back after beating PSV in midweek in the Champions League, winning by 7. And it was a completely different today, and they ultimately should have lost. And the reason why they haven't won today is a David Raya cracking save at the end, and Rasmus Højlund's the worst striker in the Premier League. It's as simple as that. Let's break the game down. I can't lie, that first 45 minutes was one of the worst 45 minutes I've seen of football this season. It was absolutely dreadful, barring the Bruno Fernandes free kick, which was brilliant. I don't know what Trossard was doing on the edge of the box, making a stupidity foul like that. And then Bruno takes the free kick and bangs it in. And to be honest, I've seen people saying, "Oh, David Raya, what's he supposed to do? Don't leave the whole of the right hand side space free for Bruno Fernandes to bury it in." That's why you literally seen he wasn't that far away from saving it. If he had gone more to the right, he probably maybe gets maybe a hand to it. And it's as simple as that. Don't give me the excuses all about the wall and that. It's a cracking free kick from Bruno. It lifts over the wall and it goes in. And then 1-0, you're thinking, okay, now this game could spare into life. And where it went wrong for Manchester United in this game was they sat back for too long. They should have kept on playing their football because it was working. Because when they went off in the second part of the second half and they started to play a bit more football and try to be bit more fluid and using players that actually was playing well in that game in terms of Garnacho and Mazraoui, I thought had a really good game today, creating chances, driving through the Arsenal midfield, causing problems on the wide areas with the crosses and the passes. And ultimately, like, they didn't take the chances, and that's down to Rasmus Højlund. Simple as that. He had 2-3 big chances, should have buried them, squared across box. Some of them were tap-ins. I'm like, mate, you gotta be finishing them. For a £73 million striker, you'd expect him to finish. People talk about Darwin Núñez and that, but this guy is ultimately dreadful. He's one of the worst strikers in the Premier League, if not the worst. Arsenal's goal scored by Declan Rice. Really good finish, to be fair. But then why is he running to the corner and started jumping around and arm waves and that? I'm like, mate, your team's okay, it's 1-1. Get back to the halfway line and go and get another goal. That's the mentality and the mindset you've got to have. And that's why I question Arsenal as a mentality and a mindset of their football club. They haven't got the will to win, to go and win the title, and that's one of the reasons why they won't win the league. Don't keep blaming injuries, blah blah blah. It's because of reasons like that. A mentality and a mindset. You get the ball, you take it to the corner flag. You go and watch Liverpool yesterday when Darwin scored. Get the ball to the halfway line, not the corner flag, the halfway line, and go and get the winner. You go and watch Real Madrid, your Bayern Munich, your Barcelona's, Manchester City, elite level football clubs who win trophies. That is what they do. And Arsenal didn't do that. Simple as that. And then after the goal, Man United started playing their football again, creating chances, and ultimately should have won it. But again, down to Højlund. To be honest, overall as a game, it wasn't particularly great. Arsenal heavily dominated the first half, but again, just sideways passes, didn't create nothing out of it. Odegaard just running the ball in stupid areas. And in the first half, when Man United was getting success, it was down to Garnacho. There was cooking the fullbacks. Calafiori, I'm going to say it right now. Stop playing him at fullback. Stop playing him at fullback. Play him at centre back or even up front, because he can actually score a couple of goals. Because this guy at fullback defensively isn't that great. You've seen when decent half wingers come up against Calafiori, they cook him. Like, go and watch the West Ham highlights when Bowen and Kudus was absolutely ripping him to shreds. Garnacho was doing that to their fullbacks today. Mazraoui, I thought, had a good game. You'd expect with a two-man midfield of Eriksen and Casemiro that Arsenal will take advantage of that. they didn't take advantage of that. Ethan and Enquiry did nothing in their attack. Mikel Moreno, yeah, it worked against Leicester, but yeah, that was a one-off. Trossard has been pants all season. Didn't really cause Man United any real threat. There wasn't any chances where I'm like, whoa, they should have scored. It was all down to Man U's chances. And obviously the players that came on, Lewis Skelly did nothing. Martinelli, I know he's only just come back from injury, did nothing. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it right now. Kieran Tierney should probably be starting for Arsenal. He's a naturally good left back. Play him over Calafiori. And obviously the players that came on, Heaven, I thought was a decent substitute. He actually played well when I watched him against Fulham in the FA Cup. Toby Collier almost got the winner, which was a really good Raya save. Bruno shoots, blocks, and the ball bounced in. It looked like Collier's just going to chest it in or tap it in. David Raya gets back and knocks it off. And then Højlund, I mean, a 5.8 rating is generous. He was, but nothing but shocking. And then, yeah, the rest of the subs for Arsenal just not great. Simply not great. It wasn't a great game of football, to be honest with you. That first half was not great watching. Second half, you look, it had some chances, like it started to heat it up with some of the tackles and stuff flying in, but ultimately it wasn't a great game of football, and Manchester United probably should have walked away with all 3 points. And as for Arsenal now, I mean, yeah, they sit, 15, no, let me refresh, was that refreshed? Table. Yes, they sit 15 points behind Liverpool. They've still got a game in hand, which will cut it to 12 if they beat Chelsea. I don't think they beat Chelsea, to be honest. Palmer and that will probably most likely take those chances, even though he hasn't been great. Jackson as well. But they probably score those chances. That Collier and Jackson. Rashford, Højlund had today. Chelsea probably take a couple of those chances with their forwards they've got. And obviously the goal difference is an extra point, and I've been saying that. So it's effectively 16 points. We've obviously they've still got 10 games to go. We've got 9. Our next game is at Everton in the derby, which will be tough. But it's at Anfield, so I expect us to win our remaining games at Anfield. For me now, Liverpool are 5 wins away, but Arsenal have to match that. And I think all season, Arsenal have only ever matched our results when we've dropped points twice. And we have to lose, and we've lost 1 game all season, and that was to Nottingham Forest 1-0. Liverpool score in every game. To beat Liverpool, you're going to have to score 2 or 3. It's like when you're playing Real Madrid and your Barcelona. You want to beat them, you've got to score 2, 3, 4. You've got to nail them in the coffin. And with Liverpool's attack and how we've been scoring goals so easily this season, I'm struggling to see where we probably lose a game. It's as simple as that. The Champions League will obviously be tough against Madrid, but as for Arsenal, their season now probably heavily relies on the Champions League. Yeah, they'll get past PSV because they're 7-1 up on aggregate, but they're not beating Atletico Madrid. You think Griezmann and Julian Alvarez are missing those chances? You think Mbappe, Vinny, Rodrigo, Bellingham, even Endrick are missing those chances today? No. They're scoring more than that. Simple as that. Genuinely, Arsenal will get 10 apart against Real Madrid or Atletico. It doesn't matter who they face. And even if they get past that, they're probably going to have to face a Liverpool, a PSG. Well, see how Liverpool get through. Or a Villa. Watkins takes those chances. Liverpool takes those chances. PSG takes those chances. Arsenal not going to win the Champions League, so you can forget about that. Their season heavily relies on making sure you don't bottle the top 4. Because, it's only 9 points. But Arsenal got no wins in 3. 1-1. 0-0. They just can't score goals. They just can't score goals. What's their remaining fixtures? Chelsea, Fulham, Everton, Brentford. They can all easily take points off them very easily. I'm going to say it right now as well. Martin Odegaard is one of the worst captains in the league. I'm not talking about him as a footballer, but as a captain material, he is absolutely shocking. Jesus Christ. Wow. It wasn't a great game again, but 1-1 it finishes, and Liverpool are now just ticking away. It's just a matter of when now. Hopefully we get that Premier League title. As for Man U, their focus is on the Europa League, really. They know they're not going to do well in the league. League's done. It's been done since flipping November for them. So, and to be honest, I think they could easily go out against Real Sociedad. Will they go far in the Europa League? Probably not. So, yeah, and you can tell by that, and you can tell by Mikel Arteta's face that he knows, even he knows now, oh yeah, over my dead body, we will fight to the end. Ever since he said that, they've lost to West Ham, 0-0 against Forest, and dropped points to Man U. What a fucking prat. Take care, subscribe, like, comment.